Well, y'all, welcome back to Outdoorsey Adventures. This adventure, we've made it all the way over to Abilene State Park. We're going to explore it, spend a couple days camping. It ought to be a fun trip. I've never been here. It looks like a real pretty park. So let's get after it. Yeah, it's been raining here all day. Beautiful place so far. Enjoyed it. It's been raining. Very cool for July. It's in the 70s. It's really nice out here. We're going to do something simple tonight. We're just going to do the a steak on the grill and instant mashed potatoes. Try to get it done quickly before the rain hits again. Got the charcoals about ready to go. About to throw the steak on the grill. So here's what we have tonight. Just a New York strip. Instant mashed potatoes. Seasoned it up with some Montreal seasoning, and we're gonna put this guy on the grill and see how she tastes. That's what we're talking about. Steaks grilled over an open fire. This is camping. Tonight I'm just staying in what's called the Wagon Circle. It's just a big circle with RVs parked all the way around it. It was convenient. That was the only reason I chose this one. It was because it's convenient and easy to get to. And never been to this park before. Didn't really know what sites were available. Talked to a person at the front gate, and they told me that there's some sites available tomorrow that are really supposed to be a lot nicer, a lot more secluded in the trees. And we may move over there and check those out and see how that is. It's not a whole lot to move, so. Had a pretty good little rain earlier today when I was setting up. It rained for probably, I don't know, probably an hour solid, pretty steady. This Wagon Circle area is kind of a unique area. It's got a common area right in the middle. I guess there's bathrooms there with a group meeting room, and there's a large family reunion going on here this weekend. So a lot of activity around here, but even with that, it's still very peaceful. I'm been here a couple of hours so far. I'm really enjoying it. So, but tomorrow, like I said, we'll probably move over to another campsite, a little more secluded. Get to do some trails, maybe ride the bike. You know, it's these peaceful times like this is why I do it. Doing a little wood carving. I do these little wood spirits. I don't know if you've ever seen me do these before, but every now and then I'll put a little tag with one of these guys in a tree somewhere. Never really talked about them before, but I call them wood spirits. They're, I don't know, they're kind of cool looking little guys. I like carving these little guys out, sitting around the campfire. Just pick a limb out, or something off the ground, and carve these little faces in them. I call them wood spirits. They're just for to give the everybody a good vibe. They're just here to watch over everybody and make sure everybody's having a great time. There he is. Yeah, he's got his, come on. But he's got his nose, his mustache. This guy's not gonna have a beard. He's just gonna have a big old honking mustache right here. Still working on his eyes. They're a little lopsided at this point. You gotta kind of like just look at one eye. That's the way they always work. You never know when you're working with a stick. You'll get a wormhole, or like this guy's got a great big crack running down the side of it right here. You just got to deal with what you got to deal with. Sometimes that's just the character of the spirit. that's kind of life, you know. You just gotta deal with what gives you. So. You know, people, a lot of times they'll ask me, you know, how do I carve these guys? Do I use a Dremel, or do I use a pocket knife? Do I use a knife? You know, what do you do? How do you make them? So, honestly, the truth is, I use all of those. Sometimes, just depending on the piece of wood, you know, they all speak to me differently. But sometimes I'll start with a Dremel and just kind of rough out the face, get the general shape, and then once I get the general shape and the feel of the piece that I'm working with, then I'll go to a bigger knife. I don't have it with me, it's over there. It's a regular carving knife, a whittle knife, you know, whittling knife. I have a whole set of those, and I also have gouges, different kind of have gouges. I have several different kind of knives. So it just depends on what I'm working on and what part of the piece I'm working on. But usually when I get down to this phase, when I've got the good part of the face going, I usually go to these little, this is like a little X-Acto knife. See that? It has multiple blades, different shapes and sizes. But you can really get some good detail work done with these, and that's what you need when you're working with the eyes. The eyes are the hardest part. So that's when I get to this, it's like I'm just taking off very, very small pieces of wood, working on the eyes, trying to get the right shape. This guy, his eyes are a little crooked. Yeah, that's the beauty. They're all different. So. This guy's gonna have a look. We're gonna name him Crooked Eye, or maybe Lazy Eye. That's his name. What do you think? Lazy Eye. See, which one do you think it is? Let's see. It's this one right here. This is the Lazy Eye. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see how he works. Maybe by the time I'm done with him, we'll get some. We'll get it straightened out.
Well, I've got 2 cups of water boiling. We're gonna try this Idaho cheddar and sour cream mashed potatoes. And it calls for boiling 2 cups of water, then you immediately add this.
I've done it before. It's really actually pretty good. You know, you guys have seen me use this plenty of times in the past, but this is my double burner stove I bought at Academy. It's the cheapest one they had. Maybe a lesson learned there that, you know, you don't always have to go out and spend a lot of money to get something that works really well. You gotta love my Swiss Army knife. I use this thing for everything. Well, you know, it's a great beginning to a wonderful adventure we're gonna have here at Abilene State Park. We've got a great looking steak we cooked over the open fire. You know, the mashed potatoes look amazing. One thing my mom always told me is always take your hat off when you're having dinner. So try to respect that. Young people ought to think about that, especially if you're around a mixed company. You have a lot of ladies in the company. Oh, this steak looks perfect, y'all. Perfectly cooked. Oh. Wow. That. It doesn't get much better than that, y'all. That is so good. Oh, wow. I tell you, if you've never had those instant mashed potatoes, it's so easy to do. And it's the perfect campfire meal. Steak, mashed potatoes. Got a beautiful fire going. It's just extremely peaceful out here at the Abilene State Park. I think I saw a firefly. Oh, it's been a few years since I've seen fireflies. So we'll see. But I think I just saw one. Okay, so I just confirmed that there are fireflies. I've seen a few of them. What a magical moment to see fireflies. I remember when I was a kid being down at Davis Mountains with my parents, and we would see fireflies there and chase them around and catch them. You know, right after my mother passed, that fireflies were all over there. So maybe that's my little connection to my mother. When I see fireflies, I'm feeling her spirit. Oh yeah, I just saw it right there. Well, it's a beautiful morning here. This is the Wagon Circle area. That's my rig behind me. I'm off to go on a short little hike, and then we're going to move campsites later on today. Get back into the trees, a little more secluded area. Elm Creek Nature Trail.
supposed to be a pretty easy little trail. It's not real long. You know, this park's bordered by 2 highways. They're not large highways, but you do hear some road noise occasionally. It's not bad though. The Wagon Circle where I was last night is closest to all the highways, and you know, the traffic died off very fast. I think this area is called the Buffalo Wallow. It's a little pond, a little fishing pond. Very peaceful. It's 1870s. The modern settlers started coming into this area, homesteading it, and farming was a big deal. Some ranching. Kind of an interesting area.
Franklin Roosevelt and U.S. Congress created the Civilian Conservation Corps, CCC, in 1933 to provide jobs on public lands for unemployed workers, specifically young men and World War I veterans. Quick to recognize the benefits of this program, the city of Abilene donated land in 1933 for the CCC's use in building a state park near Lake Abilene. Company number 1823, one of the companies comprised lit entirely of World War I veterans, was assigned to the Taylor County site using the design of Abilene architect David Castle. May constructed the refectory. In addition to the roads, picnic areas, swimming pool, native sandstone as primary building material.
Look at the craftsmanship. All they had were shovels, picks, hammers. They built all this by hand. They didn't have anything back then. The Great Depression was rolling. Look at this. These kids, these families didn't have anything. That New Deal was putting men to work. Able-bodied boys. You had to be selected for it. It wasn't a charity thing. You had to pass a physical, and they really only wanted 17, 18-year-olds. A lot of the young ones. Physically fit. They were paid $1 a day to come out here and to work, to They got 3 square meals a day. They got clothing. They got a cot to sleep on in a barrack style dormitory. And they had to send $25 of their $30 a month back home to their families. 1934. These guys, you know, you just reflect on it. They laid these stones here, and then shortly after that, they went off to World War II and fought for our country. These guys were the greatest generation there was. Well, we're all set up. We've moved to campsite number 59. Oh boy, there it is. That big old trailer's tight in there, but it fit. It fit. Give you a tour around the site here. Pretty level site. She's a asphalt drive. This is a 42-foot long fifth wheel, and you can see, boy, it just does fit in here. It's tight, but it was good. It's plenty. Truck, you got to kind of park sideways. So, but fairly level site. This is a 30-50 amp site with water, no sewer. But look at the trees here. A lot better than the Wagon Circle that I was in last night. There's a little utility station there, but has a nice fire ring. Big, beautiful cedar tree right here. You can just see it's how tight it is and totally shaded. I don't even need the awning. What a beautiful campsite. Aluminum picnic table on a concrete pad. Site 59. My trusty camping box. I keep everything in here. I love this box. We have our hatchets. Might need a knife later on. We're going to use my homemade fire starters. These are fire starters I make out of these cotton rounds, you know, that women use for makeup. And then I soak them in candle wax and just a little bit of lighter fluid. And I put a little red crayon in there when I'm melting the wax. Just gives it a little color, not just white. Anyway, we're going to use those to get our fire going. We're going to cook our dinner tonight with the cast iron Dutch ovens again. Really trying to learn how to do that and how to use those Dutch ovens. I really enjoy it. But we're going to need a good bed of coals to do it. So one of the first things we got to do is prep some of this firewood. See if we can split some of it. Get our fire pit all organized and set up. It's only 4:30 right now, so we have a lot of time. success. All right. Yeah, what a good start. Whew. This one's tough. Cedar usually splits pretty easily. As with most fire pits you get state parks, you have to kind of clean them up a little bit. This one, people left a little bit of debris in it. Not sure what kind of wood this is, but it'll burn. There's an old piece of paper. We'll use it for kindling. Well, when I build a campfire, I always clean my pit out first. Get it all prepped. We had some rain yesterday, so the ground's a little damp. So I'll use some of this wood that was already in the pit here, some of these rocks, and build a little platform for our base. What I'm using here is pine fat wood. This fat wood is super flammable. It's just rich with resin. Smells like turpentine. I always just start off with I make a little log cabin with these guys. Build a log cabin just like that. Next, I put a layer of just regular sticks, tinder, kindling. Just build up a little log cabin here, giving it a good base to put our fire starter on. Like that. This is the homemade fire starter I talked about. Little cotton rounds. Soaked in wax. The best way to do these is kind of break them up so you get all these fibers exposed. You can smell the lighter fluid in it. These will burn about 4.5 minutes or so. It's real good to fluff them up as much as you can, just to like that, just like that. I'm gonna use a ferrule rod with my bushcraft knife. We all know how much of a bushcraft guy I am. There we go. That's it. It started. But fire starters really work well. Once that
fat wood takes off, it burns fast. From there I just do a teepee with larger sticks. That's all we have to do for now while we're waiting on the fire to burn down. We'll burn down a lot of this wood, get a good bed of coals going. And what I might do is might add a little bit of charcoal briquettes to it, just to you know, give it just a good bed of coals, something we cook on. You know, this campground is very secluded and very shaded. I love it. This is site 59. Dinner tonight. It's going to be interesting. We're going to do chicken thighs, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And we're going to brown them in the cast iron. Then we're going to add some cheddar broccoli rice mixture, one of those packages. You know, you mix with the water and boil it and all that. And then we're going to put it all in there together and let it cook, simmer for a little bit. I think it's going to be really good. Well, I'll tell you what, that some of that wood is either wet or really green because it's not burning very well. You can obviously see all the smoke. So I know I put some of that good dry oak on there, and I just put some of that pine on there that I know is extremely dry. So that'll get it going. We'll use that cedar and that other oak that we picked up, that we cut up. Later on tonight, when the fire's real hot, we'll be able to put that on there and it'll dry it out enough and it'll burn it. It's just hard getting the fire started with wet wood. You know, a lot of times when I'm sitting out here like this around the campfire and just relaxing, I'll turn on some real relaxing music, you know, stuff like, I like Spanish style guitar. My mother-in-law used to, she loved it. She loved that Esteban. Remember Esteban? He played the Spanish guitar. He was very good. So I'll turn something like that on and just sit here real quiet. Hey, I did write a Outdoorsey Adventures theme song. I play guitar a little bit, very little. I wrote a song. Been working on it a little bit. Don't know if I'll ever incorporate it into a video or not, but it's kind of fun to do. I like it. Sounds good. So we'll see. Well, tonight's dinner is going to be something fun. We're going to use boneless, skinless chicken breast. We're going to cut them up and brown them in the cast iron Dutch oven. Then we're going to add this Knorr's cheddar broccoli rice with pasta blend and a cheesy cheddar sauce. So
know I've made this recipe before. It was on my, I believe it was Grail LCRA hammock camping video. Enjoyed it. So I thought it'd be a good, easy meal to make here. Just gonna dice up this chicken breast. I think on the Grail video I used chicken thighs, and I may have even said earlier, but either way, chicken thighs, chicken breast, they're both very good. I think the chicken thighs probably a better taste for grilling it. But these chicken breasts ought to be just fine. You know, a lot of times when I'm doing these meals, I do all this prep work ahead of time. You know, I'll do all this, I'll cut all this chicken up at home and just keep it in a Ziploc while I'm doing it. That way, it just makes it a lot easier. Add this just like this to the pat. We're going to add some seasoning. I think I've used this before. This seasoning from Walmart. There's curry, cayenne, garlic, black pepper, salt. I just use it all. That'd be good, huh? We'll just add a little bit like that. Should be good. Then we will add some extra virgin olive oil. We'll get this on the fire. All right, we'll let that come to a boil. It already smells good. You know, it's times like this right here that makes this whole thing. That's why I do it. That's why I camp. Sun setting. Beautiful campsite. You know, here's the deal with Abilene State Park. It's not a glamorous state park. It's not one it's not a destination park. It's a great stopover kind of park. It's not far off of I-20. Probably 20 miles, 30 miles, something like that. I'm not real sure exactly. But I gotta tell you, it's a beautiful state park, this place is. Not a lot of hiking trails here. They have a lake, but last report I heard was about 15% full. After these rains, maybe it's a little more than that, but there's not much water in the lake. But there's a couple of nice hiking trails. Y'all saw those in the video. And it's a beautiful state park. If you're just looking for a place to get out and do some beautiful camping and relax, this is your place, Abilene State Park. Well, let's give it a check. It's been a couple minutes. See how oh yeah, starting to cook. I gotta admit, you know, this fifth wheel is nice.
It's nice to crawl into a king-size bed with air conditioning at the end of the night instead of a hammock. I'm gonna get back to the hammock camping real soon as the weather cools off a little bit. Get some hammock camping done and some tent camping. That's my goal anyway. Got some really exciting videos coming up. I've got planned. I really just got to get them, planned out, and they're planned. I just got to get the timing worked out for them. So I'm excited about some videos coming up. But this Abilene State Park, I will be back. I will be back. It's a great place to unwind. That smells really, really good. So just so you're wondering, I know, yes, I did wash the cutting board with the raw chicken. All right, so here we go. We have the broccoli rice cheddar rice pasta blend with broccoli and cheese cheddar sauce. Now what this says in a medium saucepan, bring 1 3/4 cup of water and 1/4 cup of milk to a boil. So there's already liquid in here, and I'm going to assume that's going to be about the 1/4 cup of milk. So don't have any milk, but I do have some powdered milk. And I'm just going to add a little bit of this to it. About half of this. It's like milk. It already looks like milk. All right. Now, 1 3/4 cups of water equals 14 fluid ounces, according to the pocket computer. These guys are 20 ounces, so we're going to add that's about half, so we need more than half. That's about right. Next, we're going to add the rice mixture, pasta rice mixture. Not a lot of broccoli in here. That's what I should have done. I should have got some broccoli to add to this. That would have been really good. But you know what? I bet this is going to be pretty good the way it is. You can't have enough seasoning. Again, we're adding cayenne, garlic, black pepper, salt, paprika, and curry. Well, they wouldn't put them all together if it wasn't good, right? We're going to add them all. I don't know. Sure smells good. All right, we got to return this to the fire. All right, we got to put this back on the fire and bring it to a boil. Then we'll let it sit. Shocking. All right, we'll let that come to a boil. You know, you got to tip your hat to those CCC boys back in the 30s. I don't think people give them enough credit. to really understand what those boys went through. Those were hard, hard times. And, you know, you got to give them credit. You got to give them respect. They were, you know, really heroes, the way I look at it. A lot of them went straight from working in the CCC, went straight to World War II. And, you know, a lot of them didn't come home. So, you know what? I have some leftover mashed potatoes from last night. I think I may heat those up and add with it, or eat with it. Why not? I bet it'd be good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the chicken with rice and pasta, broccoli, cheese sauce meal smells and looks amazing. And also we have the leftover mashed potatoes from last night, which were very good. You know, if you've never used those instant mashed potatoes, I'd strongly recommend them. Camping, there's not a better camp food. You know how we do though? Mom always said take your hat off for dinner. So let's give this a try. We'll try the chicken first. Wow, that is so juicy and tender. Great flavor too. Hint of curry. There's a hint of cayenne, hint of paprika, black pepper, salt, and garlic. Try the potatoes. Wow, still good. I mean, they were really good last night. So we'll try the rice, the pasta rice. Not so much broccoli. It's supposed to be broccoli in here. Next time we do this meal, we'll add broccoli. Very good. Very, very good. The hint of heat from the cayenne maybe, and the curry. I know, it's very good though. Boy, that was an amazing meal, y'all. Couldn't recommend it enough. I know it looked like a lot, but you know, if you do the prep work, heard a crazy sounding bird. I don't know what it was. Anyway, probably a black-capped warbler or something. I don't know birds.
Well, that's a wrap from Abilene State Park. Been here 2 days, and final thoughts on the place. You know, it's a beautiful state park. It's a great place if you want to just get out and do some camping and just relax. Or if you're driving down and you just need a stopover place. It's a great place for that. It's not a destination park, not at all. But I will come back because it's very peaceful here, and I really enjoyed it. Stayed in campsite number 59, and yeah, that was a great campsite. A lot of trees, a lot of animals, and a lot of peaceful moments. Well, remember, friends, get out there, push your limits, embrace nature, and stay outdoorsy. Thanks for coming along.